All right, what is going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be ranking SEC teams by how much I hate them. Starting with South Carolina. That's a good start. I like South Carolina. I like their traditions. Their stadium is always rocking. Their fans seem very hospitable from what I've seen. I like South Carolina. I like their blackout uniforms as well in football. Those look very nice. And night games in Columbia go crazy. So South Carolina, I like them. Kentucky. I find Kentucky fans to be annoying, particularly because of basketball. They have some arrogance when it comes to basketball, which makes them a little annoying. But they're not the worst. They're not the worst of the worst. I'll give them that. I do like their uniforms. I like blue and white. I'm a sucker for blue and white. It always looks great. And I like their uniforms generally. Tennessee. Tennessee is a team who is annoying. They're at the top when it comes to being annoying. Honestly, out of probably any of these teams here, they're probably they're probably at the very top of the annoying category. Cause I've met some really nice Tennessee fans, and I've also met some really rude Tennessee fans. It's like there's no in between. I like the University of Tennessee. I think it's a good school. It's just like some of their fans are just really rude, like just straight up. And some of them are pretty arrogant too. Like they shouldn't be as arrogant as they are, some of their fans. They're either, with Tennessee fans, it's a mixed bag. They're either going to be really nice or really really rude. So that's at least been my experience with them. So that's why I'm putting them in the annoying category, in the top of annoying, because their annoying fans are like the worst of the worst in college athletics. I can't lie. Missouri. I find Missouri annoying. Now I'm gonna go ahead and drop a little detail here, which might be important for the video. I am an Auburn fan, so that's why I'm starting with the SEC here. For tier list, I might do more, but I'm an Auburn fan, so that definitely plays a part. I definitely have a little bit of a bias. And when it comes to Missouri fans, I've encountered some Missouri fans that were fine. It's just like some of them just are like really bitter towards Auburn for whatever reason. Maybe it's because of that game in 2022. And honestly, I'd be bitter also after having that game. I can't even lie. But yeah, I don't know. They've just always been bitter towards Auburn, and somebody in the comments tell me why, because I really have no idea. Texas A&M. Texas A&M's just behind Tennessee with annoying. I'm trying to make it specific for how bad they are. That's how I'm the top. If you're at the top of the category, you're the worst of the worst at whatever it is. So yeah, Texas A&M, they're annoying, but not like the top of the top annoying. They're just annoying. Like they can be obnoxious sometimes, and they have some arrogance to them too. I've also encountered some very nice A&M fans. I don't hate the university at all. It's a pretty solid school. It's just I don't know. I like some of their traditions and whatever. It's just they have some, I don't know, kind of rude and entitled fans. I don't know. Mississippi State, this is our first they're all right. They're at the very top, the worst of the worst when it comes to they're all right because of the cowbells. Honestly, it can be really annoying, really obnoxious. But I know some people who go to Mississippi State. I don't really have I kind of like some of their uniforms in sports. I don't really have any problems with them outside of the whole cowbell thing that can be really annoying. Most of their fans are fine, honestly. Ole Miss, I actually like Ole Miss. Because I've been to their campus. It's a really, really nice campus. Every single Ole Miss fan I've ever encountered has been nice. And I was actually talking back and forth with this Ole Miss fan throughout an Auburn game. I went on the road to Oxford for the Auburn Ole Miss for an Auburn Ole Miss basketball game, and I was just chatting with this Ole Miss fan the entire time, and he was really nice. So I've only had great experience with Ole Miss. Honestly, I've only had great experiences with them. So next up is Alabama, the absolute worst. Maybe the snottiest fan base in college football. Probably, in my opinion, they are. They're just really, really arrogant, pretty much as bad as it gets for arrogance. They're also very entitled. They believe that no matter what, they're better than you. Even if you beat them, they're still better than you. Just no matter what, they think they're better. They're superior to you because they go for what most people consider the greatest college football program of all time. So they literally just don't care. They think they're better than you no matter what, and they always come up with excuses for stuff. So anytime anybody beats Alabama, it's nice because they get all mad and they deserve it. So yeah, Alabama, they're quite annoying, very entitled, very annoying, very arrogant. Probably the most arrogant fan base in college athletics is Alabama's fan base, and all they really have is football, honestly. So because they're an awful school, just pretty much just a party school. You don't really go there for academics. You just go there to party pretty much, and it's a pretty bad school in my opinion. I it has there's some good things about it. I just don't think it's a great school, honestly. Um, I think Auburn's definitely the best school in the state of Alabama for academics, and it's just all they really got is football. So just let them have it. Uh, Auburn. Auburn, I like Auburn obviously because I'm an Auburn fan. I don't really need to explain more. Auburn's great, great tradition. A lot of the fans are hospitable. Most of them are. There are some annoying ones, but mostly hospitable. I like Auburn. Their uniforms. I love our uniforms. I love our stadium. I love our traditions. And Auburn really is a special place. So, very special place in my heart. I don't really. Should I put them like at the top? Should it be like at the top because I like them the most, or at the bottom because I hate them the least? I'm gonna just for I like them. I'm gonna do like it's just whatever the extreme is for each one. So I like them the most, and then I go Ole Miss and then South Carolina. Florida. I hate Florida. Their fans are really obnoxious. Uh, Florida. I don't know. Like I really dislike their basketball program quite a bit. I find Todd Golden quite annoying. And I also find their basketball team very annoying. I'm glad we beat them in basketball. Uh, I don't know how we won, but we went on the road and we beat them, handily. That was pretty shocking. I can't even lie, but happy we got that win. Florida though, they're just really annoying. I can't wait for that game in Jordan Hare Stadium where we play them in football. Week 3, that's gonna be so fun. They're just annoying, like just your textbook, just arrogant fan base with some obnoxiousness to them. They're quite annoying. I've encountered some rude Florida fans too. Not a huge fan of Florida. Georgia, not as bad as Alabama, but they are up there in the absolute worst. Probably the most obnoxious fan base in all of college football. They're up either them or Ohio State. I find Georgia's fan base to be quite obnoxious. They pride themselves in their obnoxiousness. They have a song about it. And you know what? Good for you. Good for you, but nobody likes you. So, just saying. Their obnoxiousness is on a whole other level. And yeah, I just really don't want to have any I've encountered some nice Georgia fans, but for the most part, out of like any fan base, they're probably the most obnoxious. Either them or Ohio State. There's some nice ones. There's going to be nice fans with every fan base because there's nice people in the world. There's mean people, and I just feel like Georgia. They're just very very obnoxious. Obviously very arrogant, and they seem to forget before Kirby Smart, Auburn and Georgia were actually tied in the all-time series. They seem to forget that Kirby Smart was literally like their savior. So, yeah, they're just really really obnoxious. And next up is LSU. I hate LSU. They're very annoying. LSU fans, probably out of all the fan bases here, have like the straight up just most aggressive fan base of them all. Like the people aren't necessarily the most arrogant. They are arrogant. They're not the most obnoxious. They still are obnoxious. But what they are the most at is aggressive. They're like LSU fans can be scary sometimes. They take their football very seriously, and it makes sense because like 3/4 of the time they're drunk, so of course they're going to be aggressive. They're very aggressive. That's all I can say, and I don't really like them. They're not fun to be around. I've heard some horror stories with some LSU fans. I have a friend who had his house rented out for a little bit with some LSU fans, and they absolutely destroyed his house. LSU fans, I've just seen some bad instances with some LSU fans. I'll just say that. Arkansas, Arkansas fans are all right. I've seen some obnoxious Arkansas fans. Most of them are pretty hospitable. About the same as Auburn when it comes to like annoying fans to hospitable fans. Uh, Except I don't have a bias towards Arkansas. I'm not an Arkansas fan. I am an Auburn fan. There's a lot of hospitable Arkansas fans. There are some annoying ones, but for the most part, they're fine. Nothing wrong with Arkansas in the slightest. Um, no, there's nothing. There's nothing really that bad. There's nothing that bad about Arkansas, honestly. Oklahoma. Out of all the three here, I have this in the order I want it to be in. Out of all the three here, Oklahoma's the one I hate the least. I just kind of hate them right now because of the Auburn game last season where we got cheated out of the game and the ref screwed us over. And Brent Venables blatantly cheated, knew what he was doing, knew it was against the rules, but he did it anyways. And so that's why they're low down, they dirty, they some cheaters. Also, Georgia literally pays their refs. I've never seen any other team pay the refs more than Georgia. Like, literally, the refs always side with them. I've had personal experience with this as an Auburn fan. Everybody knows why. Everybody knows that game. Everybody knows what happened against Georgia this last season. It was awful. We quite literally got screwed out of that game, and it was really bad. And Kirby Smart's also a cheater. They low down, they dirty. Um, Oklahoma, they low down, they dirty, they some cheaters. Maybe not as bad as Georgia, but they're definitely some cheaters, I will say. Um, so yeah, Kirby Smart, by the way, with the whole clapping and timeout thing, bro. Everybody knows what happened. He's such a cheater, bro. Like legitimately, scumbag. Texas, they're annoying. Texas is just annoying. Probably right here, just behind Texas A&M. They're just barely better than Texas A&M because I feel like they have a little bit more class, but they're really annoying. My biggest issue with Texas is that they think everybody cares about them. We don't. We don't care about you. I don't know why you think you're the center of attention. You just got here in the SEC. Nobody freaking cares. The world doesn't revolve around you. That's just what I would like to say about Texas. But anyways, moving on to the final one, Vanderbilt. I'm aware I'm an Auburn fan. The whole Diego Pavia thing, I know. I still like Vanderbilt. I've always liked Vanderbilt. They've always been one of my favorite teams. I've always rooted for them. I don't have any problems with Vanderbilt. I probably put them right here. I don't really have any problems with Vanderbilt outside of the Diego Pavia thing, but that's not a huge deal. It's just like I don't hate Vanderbilt. I really don't. I like them. So that concludes the video. Please like and subscribe if y'all want to see more tier list videos like this with like sports and whatever. Like and subscribe if you want more college tier lists. I can do like the Big Ten next or whatever y'all want. Just let me know. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.